43. Explaining the plan. Now that we'd settled on the broad strokes, it was time to bring everyone into the loop. I gathered them all in Krelia's room. After talking with Krelia, we've decided on a general course of action. We're going to build a new nation. A gasp went through the room. Captain Dalsim, Baronet Serio, and Erna were stunned. Selena and Sharon, on the other hand, didn't seem surprised, as if they had half expected it. "Wonderful! Your Highness, what a magnificent decision! The place we'll establish our nation is known as the Great Demonic Forest." "What? Lord Alan, that place is—" "I know, but there's no need to worry. My people have already begun constructing a base there. It's scheduled to be complete in a year." "Incredible! To think such a thing was already underway." "Once Alan's base is finished, we'll move there and start by building up our strength." "I need to confirm something. The 2,000 people who have pledged to follow Krelia, will they agree to move with their families?" "Of course. Like me, they are from families who have served the Margrave's house for generations. They would never object to the princess, who carries the strongest line of the Ludwig name." "If the base Alan is preparing is unsuitable for everyone to live in, I intend to back out of this plan," Krelia stated firmly. "I only want to move forward if, after seeing the base, we deem it a worthy place for our people to live." "Your Highness's consideration will surely be appreciated by everyone." "Assuming there are no issues with Alan's base," I said, "are there any other suggestions or potential problems we should address in building our nation?" "Lord Alan," Baronet Serio began, "including the families of the vassals, we're looking at a population of at least 5,000. Are the preparations for the base sufficient?" "Iris, what's the status?" I had given Iris permission to monitor the meeting before it started. "No problem. The plans were made with plenty of leeway." "Can they really build a town for over 5,000 people in just 1 year? Then again, I've left the construction to Iris. If she says it can be done, then I'm sure it's fine." "No problem," I said aloud. "We've planned it with plenty of room to spare." "My, that's impressive," Captain Dalsim exclaimed. "It seems you have quite a number of subordinates, Lord Alan. How many are there?" How should I put this? "They're less like subordinates and more like subcontractors," I explained. "I commissioned them to build the base, and that's what they'll do. Once it's finished, they'll leave. We can't count on them for military strength." "I see, so that's how it is." "In that case, the biggest problem will be how to increase our population," Krelia said. "Perhaps we should go with your original idea, Alan. Temporarily become nobles in some other country and gather people to be our citizens." "What do you mean, Your Highness?" "I heard that if Alan hadn't met us, he was planning to become a noble to gather citizens. Once he had enough people and power, he would have staged a rebellion and declared independence. Right, Alan?" "Something like that. It's faster than trying to grow a population from scratch, isn't it?" "Oh, I see. That's a brilliant move, a country-stealing plot. At this point, we can't be choosers about our methods. We must retake the Starvik kingdom as soon as possible." "And Alan has told me," Krelia added, "that he will give me the Starvik kingdom, no, the Alois kingdom, as a gift within my lifetime." "Ha ha! I like the sound of that." "Baronet Serio, this is no joke. It's one of my promises with Alan. Our nation will vie for supremacy on this continent and aim for total unification." "Incredible! Lord Alan, is such a thing even possible?" "I'm not saying it'll be easy. Unifying the continent will obviously take a long time, but I don't think it's impossible. In fact, I'll make sure it happens." "Captain Dalsim," the baronet said, his voice filled with awe, "Lord Alan, beloved by Her Highness and the goddess Luminous, has spoken. We have only to follow. Besides, without this much ambition, you could never build a nation. Ah, how reassuring the two of you are." "Krelia," Sharon asked, "we talked about this a bit this morning, but do you think it's actually possible to become a noble?" "I don't imagine it will be easy," Krelia replied. The Great Demonic Forest is surrounded by high mountain ranges, bordering only the Sicilio Kingdom and the Belta Kingdom. If we were to become nobles, it would have to be in one of those two nations. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with the process of ennoblement in either. Does anyone here know anything about it? No one answered. The Cecilio kingdom aside, I chimed in. Bartz, the owner of this inn, was born in this country and is a former A-rank adventurer. He might know something. If not, we can try asking Talls. He's well informed, so he might know. That's a good idea, Alan. In any case, the base won't be ready for another year. There's not much else we can do until then, so we might as well give it a shot. With your strength, Alan, combat won't be an issue, Crelia said, her tone sharp. But I don't want to hear this just give it a try attitude. If we're going to do this, I want to see the resolve to absolutely succeed in becoming a noble. Whoa, Crelia's all fired up. You're right, I was wrong, I conceded. I'll become a noble within the year. Or, it doesn't have to be me, right? It could just as well be you, Crelia. No, I'm a woman, and given my origins, it would be difficult. If anyone's to do it, you're the most suitable, Alan. Is that how it is? In that case, I'll do my best. We discussed various other things after that, but with no other major points raised, we decided to break for now. We agreed to think things over and reconvene after dinner. Your Highness, may I have a moment of your time? Of course, Baronet Serio. It seemed Crelia and the others had more to discuss. There was still some time until dinner, so I figured I'd go back to my room and think things over. Alan, Selena called out, we wanted to talk to you about something, if you have a minute. Of course, go ahead. We decided to talk in Selena and Sharon's room. Alan, Selena began, I think building a nation is the right move, but is it really wise to bring Crelia's faction into this? What do you mean? I mean, aren't we just being used for their convenience? You're not wrong, I admitted. We're using their faction for our goals, and they're using us for theirs. We both want the same outcome, so I'm fine with that kind of relationship. So it's nothing more than that? In this joint effort with Crelia to build a nation, will the Imperial Army, we, have the initiative? On that point, I couldn't get complete control. Of course, we have the final say on matters regarding the education of our citizens and the policy for continental unification. But on everything else, I'll need to consult with Crelia. In other words, it's a joint rule. I see. So that's how it is, Sharon said. But this is a chance for us, I continued. An opportunity to gather 5,000 people is rare. We can't let it slip by. I need both of you to cooperate. Understood, Alan. Right, Alan. Alan, Selena, and Sharon left the room, apparently having something to coordinate. Baronet Serio had something he wanted to discuss, so Captain Dowsum remained in the room as well. My apologies, Your Highness. There's something I must confirm. What is it, Baronet Serio? About Lord Alan, what kind of man is he, exactly? Even Erna and I don't fully understand him. What I can say for certain is that he is not from this continent. When I first met him, he couldn't speak a single word of the language we're speaking now. What? And he's already so fluent? Alan is a man of many talents, Crelia explained. He apparently came to this continent by ship, a warship no doubt. He says he was a soldier, and those twins are his subordinates. His ship sank, and he can't return to his country. It seems he came from a continent so distant that only his sunken ship could take him back. To think there are other continents inhabited by people, that's an astonishing fact, Dowsum mused. Your Highness, I'll be direct. Can Lord Alan be trusted? Are you referring to the base? I admit, I was also surprised to hear he was preparing a base. But if you're asking about his character, then yes, Alan can be trusted. There's no doubt about that. Erna, what do you think? I also believe Alan can be trusted, Erna agreed. He is good-natured and honest. This is especially true once he recognizes someone as an ally. What is his rank or station? That we don't know at all. Erna and I have discussed it, but we couldn't figure it out. Once, one of the twins, Selena, let something slip. Comparing me to Alan, she said, compared to His Excellency, the princess of a single nation is nothing. She said it to mean that compared to Alan, a mere princess is insignificant. Do you understand what that implies? Compared to His Excellency, the princess of a single nation is nothing. Does that mean he is royalty from some great empire? What? To think he was a man of such high standing. I see now. It makes sense that he could prepare a base for 5,000 people. But when I asked Alan directly, Krelia continued, he said he was neither a noble nor royalty. Neither noble nor royalty? Then as a soldier, could he be a general? Erna and I thought so as well, but could there be a general who outranks the princess of an entire nation? Perhaps things are different on another continent, Dalsum suggested. But for Lord Alan to be such a renowned general is a true stroke of luck for us. I feel the dream of founding our nation is one step closer. I agree. We will never get another chance like this. Your Highness, what is Lord Alan's purpose in building a nation? Alan says it's for the happiness of the people. To build a country, to have its citizens understand the world around them and the principles of this world so they can live happily and fulfill their lives. Those are his exact words. He said that is all he desires.
Oh, Lord Alan sounds like a living saint. Do you believe him, Your Highness? I see no reason to doubt him. It doesn't clash with his usual behavior. Your Highness, there is one last thing I must confirm. After the nation is founded, who will lead it, you or Lord Alan? Baronet Sirio, it will be Her Highness, of course, Dalsum interjected. No, Krelia said calmly. After discussing it with Alan, we have decided on a joint rule. However, Alan has things he will not concede. With the exception of full authority over the education of our people and the policy of swift continental unification, we will govern through mutual consultation. Lady Krelia, does that mean? Erna began. I could feel my face turning red. That's right. Alan and I have decided to join forces and walk this path together. Whoa, they both exclaimed. I had no idea things had progressed that far. Princess, is it all right to say congratulations? Erna asked, beaming. Well, whether it's a happy occasion or not depends on our nation building from here on, but I don't dislike the idea. Oh, in that case, our foundation is truly solid. We couldn't ask for a better start. To hide my embarrassment, I told them about the 3 promises I had made with Alan. Lord Alan truly believes he can take back the Starvek kingdom, Dalsum said in wonder. Of course, Alan wouldn't lie about something like that. And the strange thing is, when he says it, you feel like he can actually do it. It's true, Lady Krelia. But how will he accomplish it? I don't know. But he has the power to make you believe in him. What you saw today was just a fraction of his true strength. Erna, if you were to defeat Alan, how many soldiers would you need? Is this a fully prepared Alan in a combat situation? Yes, let's assume he's on an open plain. In that case, you would need at least 200 heavy cavalry and 100 of my personal guard on horseback. What? Huh, and how would you attack? First, I'd have the heavy cavalry charge him at full speed from all 4 sides. They wouldn't be able to beat him, but with 200 of them, I think they could stop him from moving. My guard would charge right behind them and attack Alan with magic, hitting our own cavalry as well. We'd create chaos and try to crush him in the confusion. I see, but that relies heavily on luck. Wait just a moment, Sirio interrupted. Lady Norian, are you really saying you'd need 300 cavalrymen for one man? Against a fully prepared Alan, even 300 might not be enough. I agree, Krelia said. That's just how powerful he is. Although, if Alan had his rifle, he'd probably need even more. Incredible! Such power! What is he? He's like a hero from the legends. To think he was such a man. Princess, then what of our battle? Our nation? I've been telling you, haven't I? With Alan, it feels like it could really happen. Ah, Goddess Luminous, I thank you. When it was time for dinner, we went down to the dining hall to find Krelia's group already at the largest table. Oh, Lord Alan, here, please sit here. Baronet Sirio gestured to the seat next to Krelia. Thank you, Baronet Sirio. Lord Alan, there's no need for such formalities. I have no lands and no title. It's all meaningless now. Please call me Roberto. Is that so? Thank you, Lord Roberto. Lord Alan, please, just Roberto. Thank you, Roberto. And everyone else, please, just Roberto. Baronet Sirio, no, Roberto, was in ridiculously high spirits. A moment later, Sarah brought over the food. Oh, karaage and tonkatsu tonight. Karaage meant they must have gotten some blackbirds in. It's been a while. I'm looking forward to this. These dishes, Krelia announced, are from Alan's country. He taught the innkeeper here how to make them. It seems tonight's is my absolute favorite. What a treat. Oh, dishes from Lord Alan's homeland. This should be exciting. I ordered an ale from Sarah. The only other person to join me was Captain Dalsum. Alan, this food is unbelievably delicious. Oh yeah, I'm glad you like it. Princess, what is this dish? It's delicious, isn't it? Alan's knowledge of cooking is as impressive as his skill with magic. You'd better eat up before it's all gone. As she said this, Krelia was devouring her food at an incredible pace. But dinner came with free refills, so I didn't think we'd run out. Everyone except for Erna and I was wolfing down their food and asking for seconds. I'm stuffed. I ate way too much again, Sharon sighed. The world is a wide place. To think something this delicious existed, it pays to live a long life. Today was exquisite as always, Krelia noted. Alan, the sauce for the tonkatsu today was different from usual. As sharp as ever, Krelia. I'm impressed you noticed. Bartz, you old dog, you did it. Just then, Bartz came over to clear the dishes. Bartz, you finally did it. That sauce was perfect.
The tonkatsu sauce today was the sauce from my world, from Japan. Of course, there were slight differences, but the flavor was undeniably sauce. A little more thickness and it would be perfect. Bartz and I had been working on it in our spare time, and this was a major breakthrough. I knew it! So that's the right flavor, huh? That sauce was perfect for tonkatsu. I thought so, and I was dying to hear what you thought. Yeah, it was great. Tonkatsu needs that sauce. Just a little more thickness and it'll be flawless. I see. Thickness. I didn't think of that. Right, I'll get on it right away. Bartz, you busy right now? Nah, the main dishes are all out, and as you can see, most of the guests are back in their rooms. I'm not busy. Why? Aside from our table, there was only one other group of customers left. Good. I had something I wanted to ask you. Got a minute? Sure, ask away. Sarah, one more ale. It's nothing major, but we were thinking of finally getting serious about being adventurers. I figured I'd ask a former A rank like you for some advice. That's right, you are an adventurer, Alan. I'd completely forgotten. So, what do you want to know? Is it better to head towards the Great Demonic Forest to raise our rank? Of course. Compared to the Great Demonic Forest, this area barely has any monsters. The quests are on a different level, and you can hunt profitable monsters to your heart's content. Course, the danger is on a different level too. I see. Are there any tricks to raising your rank efficiently? Well, there are a few. It's common sense, but the best way is to take on the quests at the Adventurers Guild that nobody else wants. The ones they're having trouble with. Better yet, if you can find a quest that puts another guild in your debt, that's the jackpot. What do you mean? For example, let's say the Merchants Guild posts a request to wipe out some bandits. If you complete a quest like that, you get rated higher than if you just done another quest of the same rank. Why's that? Who knows? Probably because the higher-ups at the Adventurers Guild love having other guilds owe them favors. Not many people know that, but it's common knowledge among A and S rankers. I see. That's good to know. Speaking of which, I've heard stories about S-rank adventurers getting ennobled for doing something big. Yeah, it happens. Not just S-rank either. There have been A-rank parties that became nobles. My old party was one of them. We got recognized for our distinguished service during a monster stampede, and my party leader was made a noble. Well, he was only a chevalier, the lowest rank, but still. That's amazing. You didn't become one, Bartz? I wasn't the leader, and I wanted nothing to do with being a noble anyway. That was a brutal fight. More than half the adventurers died. I got fed up with the adventurer life, took the money, and opened this inn. I see. Well, that probably suits you better anyway. After getting a bit more useful advice for our adventuring careers, Bart's went back to his work. We finished our after-dinner tea and decided to continue our discussion in Krelia's room. From what Bart said, it sounds like becoming nobles is a real possibility, I said. Indeed, Roberto agreed. It seems the area around the Great Demonic Forest, being on the front lines against the monsters, offers more opportunities for ennoblement than in the Starvet Kingdom. Then it's decided, Krelia declared. We will go to the region of the Great Demonic Forest, raise our guild rank, and aim to become nobles. Is that agreeable, Alan? Yeah, let's do it. Your Highness, will we go to the Sicilio Kingdom or the Belta Kingdom? They're of a similar size. Since our nation will eventually unify them both, it makes little difference. But the first to be sacrificed for our new country will be the one that brought harm to my precious royal guard, the Belta Kingdom. Ooh. Erna and Captain Dalsum were visibly moved by Krelia's words. In the ensuing discussion, Roberto and Captain Dalsum said they would need to return to the Sicilio Kingdom once to inform their men of the new plan. The captain would then immediately rejoin us with all of his royal guards. We discussed how we would stay in contact. Captain Dalsum insisted on leaving at least a few guards to protect Krelia, but she refused. I am no longer royalty. I am just another adventurer aiming to rise up. I need no escort. Now, Alan, let us depart tomorrow. Right, let's. Wait, hold on. I just remembered I accepted a small job. We can't leave for another 4 days. The casings and switches for the hairdryers were scheduled to arrive in 3 days. Even if I finish the assembly in a day, the earliest we could leave is in 4. Plus, we need to prepare for the journey. And I still haven't adjusted Selena and Sharon's armor. I see. If it's work, it can't be helped. Then we will depart in 4 days. Right. We can't just up and leave anyway. We have preparations to make, and we need to say goodbye to the people who've helped us. That's true. Then let's start our preparations tomorrow. We needed to procure seasonings and cooking utensils. We'd probably need horses and a carriage too. I couldn't leave these things to Krelia. I'll go to Tal's shop tomorrow. Looks like things are about to get busy.